Yeah, that was pretty cool. I didn't even know if you click that on, you can play a game.
I didn't know either. I didn't type you got a mini golf game.
Yeah.
I clicked on it and it was just doing like block day.
Oh.
You just move things that bounce around. I didn't know you had mini golf.
Oh, no, they gave me like 4 choices. So, but great. Now that when I get off the, now when we get done with the show here, I'll have to go back and check that out. So, but yeah, everybody that's on TikTok, thanks for popping in right now. We're going to be doing the show momentarily, so stick around. Check out, see what we got to talk about as far as Friday Night SmackDown goes. Yeah, 2 people won the Powerball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 1 person in Missouri and 1 person in Texas.
Damn it.
$1.8 billion.
900 million or 2.
That's not hard to take.
No, maybe about 423 million each before taxes.
I think I can live pretty comfortably on that.
Well, yeah, but you're about 300 million after taxes.
Oh, okay.
DJ said he needs a few minutes.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't know he tweeted for the show.
What was that?
I don't know. I got an echo.
Oh.
After you fucked it out about echo.
Oh. All right. Hold on. Let me call back. All right, everybody. We're gonna, like I said, DJ, our 3rd member, will be joining us in a few minutes. We will be discussing Friday Night SmackDown. Thank you. We will also be talking about the first premium live event coming to ESPN, which will be next Saturday, the 20th. That will be WrestlePalooza. We're also going to have Nuggies News. We're going to have my indie report. We're also going to have What Ifs from Mr. 24/7. So everybody in on TikTok, you're in for quite a bit to talk about this morning on the Top Rope Report. So we hope you enjoy. We hope you enjoy listening to it as much as we enjoy bringing it to you. And opening day for the NFL today.
Well, not really.
Well, Thursday was opening day, but I see Greg's all ready with his Pittsburgh Steelers shirt and his hat today.
Well, this is my Hall of Fame baseball hat.
Oh, I thought it was the Steelers hat. I really didn't see it. I just thought it might have been the Steelers hat. So, yep. Yeah, I have to see. Maybe I'll watch the Jets and the Steelers. Maybe I'll watch the
Steelers aren't on. I told you that. It's the Patriots.
Oh, that's right. And I don't really want to watch anything through Red Zone because they just show you highlights.
You don't have the Red Zone, Mike.
Oh, I thought we. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That was YouTube TV. Okay. I guess I'll just.
I had the Red Zone because I paid for Sunday ticket.
Oh. No, I guess I'll just watch the Giants. Go Commanders.
I'm not paying an extra $110
True.
a month. to get the Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV. I'm not doing it. I don't have the money to.
True.
So you're live on TikTok.
You just got a notification? Are you in the USA? Yes, I am. And thank everybody for coming in this morning. We're already up to 13 viewers, or 17 now. Yeah, so if there's anybody out there that, oh, here he comes.
Working on it here.
What up?
Hold on, it's not working.
Lucas said
There you go.
hey, what's up, Deej?
The tablets acting up.
Oh,
Trying to get it going here.
okay.
I guess we're good.
All righty. Guys are all set. We can get going here. All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another live edition of Top Rope Report here on YouTube, TikTok Live, and we're also on Spotify. I'm your host, the illustrious Mr. Trivia, and joining me every week, as usual, my co-host, my tag team partner, my best friend, the best in the business, the Nokester Greg, and Mr. 24/7. Guys, the three of us finally back together again after a couple weeks. Yep. So we got some Friday Night SmackDown to talk about. We also got WrestlePalooza we're going to be discussing. So if you guys are all set, we can get going. We can get talking.
All right. Well, this week's Friday Night SmackDown came from Rosemont, Illinois, which is directly northeast of Chicago. It actually has a population of only 3,952. There were 16,678 people in the arena, so they quadrupled the population count for 3 hours on SmackDown. In true Top Rope fashion, edited in SmackDown, we're let off by Mr. 24/7, and this week we had John Cena open up definitely that Raw Friday Night SmackDown. DJ, what do you think?
Well, I enjoyed this opening segment. He basically just came out and just talking to the crowd, and he said that he didn't really have anything planned. He's just kind of happy to be here, and he's just thanking everybody, or they were thanking him. Big thank you chants. He talked a little about this farewell tour. He says, it's not just my last time in Chicago, but it's my last time on SmackDown. So he kind of was getting a little sentimental a little bit, talking to the crowd. And Sami Zayn comes out, and is it me, or if in the beginning of Sami talking, was he getting booed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, come on. But Sami comes out and basically just talks a little bit about how he made his debut against Cena for the U.S. title, and now he's the U.S. champ, and he basically wants to give it back. So he's like, with your permission, I want to do the Sami Zayn Open Challenge. And Cena's like, yeah, that sounds good. It's a good idea. And he goes to leave the ring. And Sami's like, no, don't go, not so fast. He's like, basically, I want to pay it forward and give you gave me the match. I want to give you a U.S. title match. And the crowd starts to get, they're behind Sami now. They're not really booing no more. And Sami's like, not next week, not next one. He's like, right today, right now. And Cena's just looking at him like, really? You want to give me a U.S. title match? Let's do it. The best part I thought was Sammy saying, if you want some, come get some. I like that little part. So I really enjoyed it. I thought they both did really well. I think it got the fans going, early in the show. It got them up, ready for a U.S. title match. So I gave this open.
All righty, thank you. Yeah, I loved it. I loved everything about this. Good way to start off SmackDown. Like I had said to Greg earlier, I said the same thing that DJ said, how they were booing Sammy, and that really, didn't last long after Sammy and John Cena kind of agreed to the match. And I was sitting there like, wow, is John Cena actually going to fight for the U.S. title tonight? It was going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to this match, which was a really good match. I was not disappointed at all. I mean, this was just awesome. And then when Brock Lesnar came out, we knew that was gonna, we knew that things.
That wasn't during this segment.
Oh no, that's right. It was during the match. And then yeah, but the promo and everything was really good. I mean, both guys are good on the mic. Sammy was, like DJ said, Sammy was like, well, if you want some, come get some. And I really enjoyed it. I thought this was a great way to start off Friday Night SmackDown on John Cena's final SmackDown of his career. I gave it an A.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the crowd was cheering, thank you, Cena. And John was like, that means a lot coming from you. To kind of talk about the trials and tribulations of how they kind of hated him, especially with this feud with CM Punk. He reminisced about how he made his debut in that same building over 20 years ago against Kurt Angle. And the crowd was incredibly loud, cheering for him. Generally, you could see him genuinely getting emotional, and as he was talking about, his past and comparing, he wanted to thank them, and then once again, just Tuesday relief, Sami Zayn's music hit, and I think, Mike, I personally think the real reason why they were crowding Sami is because they were expecting somebody else. I think everybody that follows the dirt sheets and follows the rumors was expecting Brock Lesnar to come out and confront John Cena during that promo, and it wasn't. It was Sami Zayn. Something was anything against Sami Zayn. I think it was against WWE because they were expecting somebody else. And then the promo actually got even a little bit more intense there with Sami Zayn. Like once you have a little poking and prodding and suggestions, they agreed to have a match. I thought it was really good, but I also gave it a B.
Okay.
And then after that, we then went to said matchup where it was Sami Zayn defending his United States Championship against John Cena. Trev, you're up first.
All right, thank you. Yeah, really good match. I enjoyed it. I kind of figured it was going to have everything I thought it would have. John Cena had quite a few close 2 counts on Sammy. I knew he wasn't going to win the title, and but it was nice to see that on his last night on SmackDown that he went out with a title match, and didn't get the loss. Sammy didn't get the loss. It was kind of a interruption there by Brock Lesnar, which was pretty cool. I was glad to see him. And he went after Cena and went after Sammy. And, now we're going to have Cena and Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza, which I'm kind of, looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that match. I don't know if this is just going to be a one-off for Brock or what, but I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a real good way to start off match-wise on SmackDown. I gave it a B+.
Okay. next. And I mean, this was, I mean, it was a match that was long enough to go through 2 commercial breaks, which is a long match for SmackDown. And then there was no actually official time listed because it was a no contest, but the match itself had to be 15 minutes long. The pace started out kind of slow. John Cena sold each a little more than he needed to, but it really got the crowd popping for his comeback. Both men took some big bumps. I mean, a Blue Thunder Bomb from Zayn, Cena hit the AA, and John Cena continues to pay homage to former wrestlers that he wrestled against. He used Kevin Owens' pop-up powerbomb, which didn't look that good, but okay. Cena approached GTS. He did a spear, whether that was Edge or that was Roman Reigns. Kurt Angle slam. So it's kind of nice that he's doing. It's kind of cool that he's doing it. But the crowd even continued to boo Sami Zayn. And
How
excited to see John Cena. Then once again, Mark Mazur's music came out. He immediately F5 to Sami Zayn, who for some reason then rolled out of the ring. And then 2 more F5s to John Cena, and that's when he walked out of the ring, leaving John Cena on his back. I would have loved it more if we had an ending to the match somehow, but we never got the ending, so I'm only going to give it a beat.
Okay.
Mr. 24/7.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you too. I kind of wish we had an ending. I mean, they could have had Sammy go over and then have Brock come out, But I mean, I guess I get it. So, you wanted to keep them both looking all right. So, but yeah, I thought they both did really good. Really good match. They just worked really well together. You could tell the chemistry was there. The only thing I would say, and you mentioned it, was on that pop-up powerbomb, he kind of just placed them down. He kind of like caught them and kind of just like coached them down. So yeah, it looked a little weird, but I like that John's doing, a lot of these moves. Ankle lock, ankle slam, GTS, pop-up powerbomb. He even went for an RKO, didn't get it, but went for it. But yeah, they hit some big moves. They took some big bumps, and Sammy actually kicked out, I think, 3 times at the AA before hitting that super AA at the end. But they did great, man. It was a great match. Good way to start off. Like Tripp said, match-wise, I enjoyed every bit of it. But Cena hits the big A, the super AA off the rope. They're both laid out. Brock comes out. And he gives Sammy one F5. Boom, you're out of here. And I think he handed John 2 of them. And that was that. So, no contest to the match. We got a little bit more toward the Brock and Cena storyline, whatever you want to call it here. So, I mean, usually when there's a no contest, when there's a run-in and the match gets ruined, I tend to not dig it. I tend to give it a lower grade, but I can't in this one. These boys did really well. I think I'm being fair here.
All right. FW Nick, thanks for tuning in. Lonzo, thank you.
After that, we then went to a singles matchup between Damian Priest and Aleister Black. I lead off. As Damian Priest was coming out first, was making his way to the ring. Aleister attacked him from behind. Damian over the barricade with a running knee, and then we went to commercial break. That was Black's had to the ring. When they came back, they showed Damian presenting, kind of being escorted out, and then he ran back to the ring. As soon as he got in, Alex started kicking him. They then went to another commercial break. Now, I understand they only had 2 commercial breaks in the first 9 minutes or 53 minutes of the show, so they had to squeeze them in somewhere somehow. But it really annoys me when a short match like this gets 2 commercial breaks. I mean, the match itself was 9 minutes and 37 seconds long, and have 2 commercial breaks really kind of hurts. And on to the announce table, the Razor's Edge. And the way this was going, I mean, Aleister Black hit his black mass ringside. First of all, I looked absolutely brutal. Damian Priest, I mean, he really caught that. Both men, got a lot of shots in, some stiff ones, but in the end, Aleister Black was able to get the victory after a little distraction from the ref, allowing the hit of Black Mass. I can't go higher because of it. The commercial interruptions really took a lot away from me in this match. I can only give it a C+.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, it was like they already had a whole bunch of them in the first match, or at least a handful of them. Now we're going back to another handful of them here. It was like we seen more commercial than show at this point, and it was just like, come on. So it definitely takes away. I mean, it's hard to get into the match. It's hard to follow along and enjoy what you're watching when every few minutes they're breaking away. So, and yeah, that definitely hurt. I mean, I thought they did okay though. Yeah, you're right about that Black Mass. That was wild looking. I don't know if it's because Priest is like a taller guy, where Black had to really kind of try a little harder to make sure he hit it, and he freaking hit it. So, yeah, that was a great spot. I'm pretty sure. I think Aleister attacked Priest as he was coming out. They fought outside and whatever. Medics came trying to help out. And Priest like, yeah, no, I'm good. And he gets in the ring. And as soon as he gets in, Aleister started beating him down, started kicking him, and then they had a decent match. I mean, it wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It was all right. They both got their stuff in. I think Aleister or Damian hit the Razor's Edge onto the announce table, which was a nice little spot. But Aleister ended up coming back. I think he did something with the ref at the end where he kind of used him as a distraction, something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went, but he made a distraction at the end and hit his finish and got the win. So I'm okay with Aleister winning. If I had to say which one of them needed it more, I think Black probably needed it more than Priest. So, yeah, I'm all right with the way it went, but it was just okay. So I think I'm going to be mine.
Okay.
All right, Tim Farmer, thanks for joining. Yeah, I enjoyed this match. I think these two guys work so well together in the ring. They're running a really good program between the two of them. WWE has made a good move putting these two together in the ring. I'm looking forward to probably another series of matches between these two, Damian Priest and Aleister Black. I mean, they're just amazing. Aleister Black, damn near, like you said, going back to that Black Mass. I mean, I thought he took his head off. I expected to see it rolling down the aisleway somewhere, but yeah, that was a devastating move. And it was just, neither one of those guys are really anybody to mess with. And when you get those two guys in the ring together having a knockdown drag out like that, then anything can happen. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing these two at it again. Hopefully we'll get a match between these two at WrestlePalooza. I gave it a B+.
Okay. We did see a little segment backstage, and two quick ones. Brock Lesnar faced the camera and told John Cena that I was seeing that WrestlePalooza bitch. And then we saw Carmelo Hayes briefly trying to talk to Nick Aldis about a United States Championship match, interrupted by The Miz, where he interrupted and asked Nick Aldis for a tag title match. Carmelo didn't seem so happy. To be the next matchup was a matchup for the Women's United States title, as it was Julia defending against Michin. Mr. 24/7, you're up first.
All right. It was all right. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if it's because WWE is just not really doing a whole lot or what's happening, but I'm just not kind of feeling this title run with Julia here. Not that she ain't been, not that she, she's not bad. She's pretty good. I just don't, it's just not, I don't know. There's not really much to it. I don't know. And I like Michin, I feel like she gets title shots here and there. She just never wins. I feel like they need to just let her win once. Let her win. I think she does enough. She puts the work in. She does enough to where, in my mind, she deserves some kind of a win. Like, I wouldn't even have been mad if they would have did it here. But it was an okay match. I mean, it started off pretty quick. They were going back and forth pretty quick. Kiana James was there, kind of distracting and being her. And I think at one point, it might have been toward the end, Michin kind of was like, yeah, I had enough of you, and kind of hit her or kicked her or did something, knocked her off the ring or whatever. But I don't know, there wasn't really much to it here. They both hit some moves, they both did okay, and Julie ended up hitting her finish and getting a win. I'm pretty sure that was off that distraction when Kiana got up, Michin knocked her down, turned around, Julia hit her finish, and got pinned. So it was all right. Kiana got in the ring and started beating up Michin after the match to kind of pay her back for hitting her. To me, it just wasn't. It wasn't all that. I wasn't even really into it, to be honest. I mean, I'm not gonna go too crazy because it was like they didn't do bad. There just wasn't much to it. I'll go with Steve.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Michin, she's been getting some pretty high-profile matches. She's just not winning them. And WWE is, they gave her that dumpster match against Chelsea Green. She won that one. They gave her a match against Kiana James, which I thought was a pretty high-end match, but it didn't last long. So she won that one. And, they give her the title match against Julia. I don't think this match was that long. And so it was just a match that was okay. I mean, I don't think Michin had quite enough there to beat Julia. I think Julia's going to have a pretty good run with the title. But, yeah, I mean, I just thought that it was an okay match. I didn't really think anything great of it. Crowd really didn't seem to be too much into it. I gave it a C.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think part of the issue with this match, yes, it was Michin once again. She feuded with Chelsea Green over this title. And everybody's, you kind of wonder why can't we didn't really care about this title? Well, if you look at our have competing with Becky Lynch. First of all, it's Becky Lynch. Secondly, we had Bayley. We had she took it off Lyra. So we have a few Nikki Bell. We have a few bigger names. If you look at the mid card on SmackDown, it's B-Fab, Candice LeRae, Michin, and Zelina Vega. Who gives a fuck about any of that? Chicago, Nia Jax, Alexa and Charlotte, they're in the whole tag team thing. But once again, and going to Tiffany. So I think until somebody comes into that division, Jimmy Ho-Hum. And then for me, in this match, I've said it before, I've never really been that impressed with Michin, but she is growing on me a little bit. Like that one annoying hair that comes out of your cheek that grows a little bit later. So I didn't hate this match. I actually thought this was a better match than I was expecting. It wasn't, another thing, it was a matter of, it seemed like seconds into this match where they went to a commercial break. So I did like the last 3 minutes of an 8-minute match without a commercial break, rather than doing 2.5 with a 3-minute one in the middle. Maybe it makes more sense so we can build up better to the ending. But I think it would have been one of those times where the match with the little side-by-side thing, I think that would have done a little more for this match, but I just thought this was just a regular average match. Kind of knew Kiana James was going to get involved because she had her knee brace on, so I knew she was going to get involved physically, but she did, and a little distraction once it helped Julia with the running knee. I didn't know that was her finisher. I don't remember it in so long since she's actually had a complete match from back in her days of NXT. I forgot that was her finisher. But I'll give this a C+.
Okay. Backstage between Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre, that was pretty good. We then went to, it was the last segment of the show. Supposed to be CM coming to the ring, but Trip, if you would like to take it away from here, the floor. Alrighty, yeah, I thought that CM Punk. He came out, Becky was out. Well, first of all, Seth was up in the rafters, which I thought was pretty interesting. Then Becky was in the ring and CM Punk comes out and, CM Punk is like, this has nothing to do with you. It's all about your coward husband, how he's hiding behind the title. He's hiding behind you and hiding behind all those goons with Paul Heyman. And, then Becky was just talking about, what went on between them on Raw, and Seth Rollins and CM Punk was like, well, I could snap my fingers and have one of my sisters come over to Raylan and beat the hell out of you. And it's like, okay, that'd be interesting. And then he made reference to Bayley and he made reference to Rhea Ripley and, having them come out if he needed them. And then Becky started smacking him around again and, he starts backing out of the ring and she calls him an embarrassment to Chicago. And he just grabs the microphone and says, I was hoping it wasn't going to come to this. I didn't want to have to do this, but I would never put my hands on a woman, but I know somebody who would. And AJ Lee came out. To be honest with you, I really think that everybody knew it was going to be AJ Lee. It was just the crowd reaction and everything you're seeing her after 10 years. I mean, even people on TikTok, when they saw it, they were saying, after 10 years, really not much has changed about her. I mean, she still seems to be in step. She still looks the same. looks like she's in great shape. So, and obviously, I mean, hopefully they'll get the match between them for WrestlePalooza. But yeah, I thought it was a really good way to end the match. You know, Seth Rollins came down after Becky got beat down by AJ Lee, and then Seth started coming down towards the ring area. CM Punk was out there, telling him, "Come on in." And then Seth didn't come in the ring until Punk went up into the ring, and then they took off. But I thought it was a good way to end the match. I gave it an A.
End the match?
I mean, I thought it was a good way to end the show.
I'm up next, and yeah, I mean, first and foremost, they did make mention of AJ Lee's 10-year absence. Her last match in WWE was actually March 30th, 2015, which was 3,814 days ago. I always kind of wanted that fact check when he said over 3,800 days. I'm like, really? Was it that long? But yeah, it was that long. And yes, she looked. The one slight difference was you could actually see the abs in her stomach. She's got herself in even better shape than she was. Same swell out, same hair. Probably newer. Same Ted's sneakers. She hopped out of the ring. But before we got to that, I repeat this every time she is out in a program on TV and she gets a microphone in her hand. Becky Lynch is doing 200% of a great job in this heel mode. I really think she's enjoying it more than any other time she's ever enjoyed anything in her career. And she is doing great. Seth Rollins up in the crowd, and then we got ring, and then CM Punk goes on. It seemed to me like the crowd was exploding, and it seemed to me like CM Punk maybe had taken an extra 5 and 15 seconds before he came out. Then the crowd exploded even more. She came down, they traded her thing, she was slapping him, and then when he walked out of the ring, she said, "Yeah, go away, you coward, you called my husband a coward." She made him say my hot husband again, I don't know. Yep. Like you said, I will, I would never hand out him best free will, and you can hear, you can feel it in the crowd. What was that, Mike?
Nothing. I was just
said,
nope.
You can see the crowd is waiting and waiting and waiting. And as soon as AJ Lee's music hit, I knew it was going to happen. I even clapped really loud. But then she came out, and she just fed into the crowd. After it was over, after she, attacked Lynch a couple different times, she just watching the smile. And then the show ended with AJ Lee jumping into Punk's arms, and the crowd cheered even louder. They always like that public display of affection. It was kind of predictable, but it didn't stop this from being a great moment. AJ had been mentioned and talked about and rumored for so long, and even more so since CM Punk has been back. I'm just interested in how long she's going to be around. I thought it was a good way to end it with a B+.
All right, High Fly 41. Go to work, dude. No, I'm retired.
Did you say you're tired or you're retired?
I'm retired.
24/7.
This was pretty awesome. I don't. Seth being up in the crowd, I guess, was all right. I would have liked them to have been down in the ring, I think, at least for the beginning. especially because him and Becky kind of were trying to match clothes. They both had the orange tops on. And I think it would have been a better visual to have him down there. But I get why he was up there. He was trying to pretty much give the ring to AJ and Becky. So, but yeah, Seth, he's standing up there. He says, I think he said the legend of CM Punk dies tonight. And then Becky comes out, and I like the music, the new music that she has. I don't know if this was Motown music or not. It's the first time I heard it, and I liked it. I think it fits. So yeah, that right there, I was like, oh. But she comes out, and she went to town on the city of Chicago. You know, she was like, all your sports teams suck. She named them all off. Blackhawks, Bulls.
She didn't name the Bears. She did not name the Bears, though.
Nope.
You're right, she did not.
Favorite team.
She didn't name the Bears. And yes, you're right. That's why. She even talked to, I think it was Kobe White, basketball player that was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, you suck. That's why they're trading your ass. Da, da, da. So I got to agree with you. No, she's doing great on the mic here as a heel. I mean, she always had, even in her previous heel runs, they've always been good. But there's just that little bit of extra on this one she's doing so good. Punk comes in the ring. Punk comes out. You know, and she talked a little bit of shit to him and starts slapping him again. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to say that it looks bad or anything, the amount of smack she gives, but I think after last week and then the amount that she did again this week, I was kind of like, all right. I think one or two nice hard smacks would have been all right, but whatever. I also get it again, trying to get as much heat as she can. So she's smacking, and he kind of gets out of the ring, and she talks a little bit more shit to him, like, oh yeah, you know, walk away from your city, walk away, da da da. And that's when Punk's like, you know, I'll never hit a woman, blah blah blah. Or, you know what? At first, I did like, before Punk got out, I did like him saying, you know, you think I can't get Bailey to come kick grass? You think I can't get Rhea Ripley? I can't call in a favor to Rhea Ripley? I like that he brought them in, kind of just giving them a little bit of props. Being that we're not seeing them too, it was nice to at least hear their names. And then he goes and leaves the ring and brings out AJ. And yeah, I think we all knew what was going to happen. But like you said, it still was a surprise. It still was just like, holy moly, they really did it. Yeah, the fans were so happy. She got a humongous pop. And you could see it in her face as soon as she walked out. You could tell she was in it. She was like, holy shit, I can't believe I got this pop. Not saying that she didn't think she would. I don't know what her thoughts were, you know, if they would pop or not, but man, did they. And she comes out, she does her little skipping around, skip down to the ring. So pretty much everything the same, you know, with the way she was. She skipped around, came out to the ring, and just beat down Becky. I mean, it looked okay. It wasn't a great beatdown. It was kind of just a bunch of punches, but I get it. She hadn't been in there in a long time. So with what we got was good. I was happy with it. You know, the one thing I say, and I won't I can't go, like I can't say it's bad, but Becky definitely was overselling. Like the faces that she was giving, like, you're the man. You're the Intercontinental champ. You're the best woman. You know, you say you're the greatest women's wrestler. The faces she was giving, like, she was scared shitless.
So does Sports Illustrated.
So kind of like that. All right, but I get it. She She's sold for AJ big time. But yeah, AJ looked really good. And I cannot wait to see what's in store for AJ Lee. So hopefully we actually get this tag match. I think we will. Hopefully we do. I think it'll be a good way to get AJ back in. Being it's a tag match and not just a one-on-one where she's got to do it all. It's a good way to ease her back in. I'm happy, man. This was a great way to end I guess, decent show. There just wasn't a whole lot to the show. So this was definitely a humongous, the biggest part of the whole show. I think if anyone in the crowd was, before this segment, I think if anyone was upset, mad, sad about how the show was going, it definitely boosted it up for them here. So I'll go B+. I think maybe even an A- could be all right. I just, I don't give them too much, but I'll go B+ here. This was really good.
Yeah. All right.
From this 24/7.
Overall, I thought the John Cena beginning with Sami Zayn and then the promo at the end, I thought it really, really pushed SmackDown way up there for me to give the final grade for the night an A, because I thought it was a really, really tremendous show.
Yeah, I so do I, but there was, we were 53 minutes into the show, and we ended the whole Sami Zayn, John Cena thing, almost an hour. We came back from that commercial break with Brock Lesnar lifting the camera, and said, I'll see you at bitch, and it was at 8:53, which was an hour and 7 minutes for the rest. So I can't go that high. Yes, it started out great. It ended great. It was cookie, had the cream filling in the mist in the middle, but it wasn't a double stuff for me. I could only give it a B.
All right, DJ.
Yeah, I got to agree. The beginning and the end were the show. But I think that both segments were so good that I could give it a B, because, if we didn't get an AJ Lee coming back last night or Friday, I think a C. I think I would have gave the show probably like a C or something, but I got to go B. I'll go B.
All righty. And that was our Friday Night SmackDown recap. I hope everybody out there in TikTok land enjoyed it. But probably not as much as you're going to like this segment. It's Nuggies News. So, Greg, what do you got for us?
All right. Well, last night on SmackDown, it was announced that Michael Cole and Corey Graves will be the new commentary team of Friday Night SmackDown moving forward, replacing Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. It will be for the next few months while Joe Tessitore does his college football that he does for Fox. So that left a big question to what happens now with Wade Barrett. According to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, there is off the road going forward, meaning he will not be calling Monday Night Raw. Some people were kind of wondering if this was in relation to his issues recently with Nikki Bella. But nobody's been able to confirm that. Well, Wade took to social media yesterday afternoon to clear the air, and this is what he put, quote unquote. I usually ignore BS reports like this, but it's causing needless hate to be skewed towards people I work with. WWE has kindly given me a couple weeks off for personal time. Booked 9 months ago, and then I'm back to business as usual. A complete non-story, the end. So, that kind of sounds things. He's just taking a couple weeks off. I'm going to assume that it's going to be Wade Barrett and probably do double duty going forward. That would be my assumption.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'll be right back. I can still hear you, Greg.
Okay. All right. So there's been a lot of speculation going forward as to when John Cena's final appearance would be. Well, going into Friday night, he had just 8 dates remaining on his retirement tour. So WWE has released his last, now 7 appearances till he's all done. So we had obviously September 5th SmackDown, last time in SmackDown. On September 15th, he'll be appearing at the Go Home Monday Night Raw show for September 20th at WrestlePalooza. He's then advertised to be in the October 9th Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. In Boston, Massachusetts, to November 17th, Monday Night Raw in New York City, November 29th at the Survivor Series in San Diego, and then his final appearance is Saturday Night's main event, December 13th. Location to be determined. Right now, it is rumored that it will be Capitol Arena in Washington, D.C. So, guys, do you think WWE could be making a quote-unquote mistake by not having a final appearance in Boston?
I think so, yeah. Hey, Tracy, thanks for joining. I think so. I mean, he's from West Newbury, which is, I guess, not too far from Boston.
No, it's not.
And what better way to, end your career with your final showing is, being around your hometown.
Yeah, I don't think they're making a mistake, only because, like, if you look at his career, he doesn't really make that big of a deal when he's there. Like CM Punk, how he's known for being in Chicago. They make a huge deal when he's in Chicago. A couple other guys, where it's sort of a bigger thing when they're in their hometown. With Cena, kind of it's like, yep, this is where he's from. I just don't remember there ever being big deals about when he's at home. So I don't think it's that big of a deal that they're not. I think, okay, it probably would have, gave it a little bit more, whatever, for the fans there and for him. But I don't see it being a mistake.
Yeah, you got John Cena's final appearance in the backyard of John Smith in Montana. It's still going to be a huge event.
Yep.
No matter where the last appearance is going to be. I don't know that we'll actually have a match. I think that might be just more of a celebration, in my opinion. It'll just be like a celebration of all, John Cena's history. I think the last official singles match will be 17th in New York City. And they where in New York City that's going to be, but I don't know what the New York Rangers or the New York schedule looks like, but better bottom now on WWE chose that date specifically because Madison Square Garden is open. So I can think, no offense against Boston or anywhere else, but my last singles match I was going to have ever WWE, I want that to be in Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
So Mark Lesnar has reportedly recently signed a new contract with WWE, although he's still been getting payment for the last 2 years. His last appearance for WWE was actually at SummerSlam in 2023. He was supposed to be in the Royal Rumble in 2024, but because of that lawsuit that was filed against Vince McMahon, he was kind of in that lawsuit. No idea what the contract is for, but assuming like all his other contracts, he'll probably get at a WrestleMania. Another rumor, not really, but it kind of been returned, confirmed. WWE made a big push for AJ Lee's return. There's a social media video floating around that shows her sitting in an office, Triple H coming in and her signing a contract. So it's assumed that this is a rather lucrative deal for AJ Lee. Still have not seen anything rumored to or length of the contract, but once again, it's great to have her back. So we got some buy or sell these rumors floating around. So next call up. Speculating about the next call up at NXT. According to WrestleVotes, that honor could go to the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo. Guys, are we buying and selling that if somebody's coming from NXT next, it's going to be Tony D'Angelo?
I'm going to sell it. I think there's quite a few more people on NXT roster that are a little bit more deserving than Tony D'Angelo right now.
Okay, give me an example. Somebody who's going to be the next to get called up from NXT.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Javon Evans.
Okay.
I'm gonna let's see. If Ola Femi had lost the title in his last match, then I would have thought it would be him. Being that he's still the champion, I'll buy this. Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay. I'm going to reflect back to a little mention that I made. As far as I think you need to get somebody up here. You need to inject some interesting thing into that. So 2 names pop. One I think would be more deserving than the other, but Saluka, I think she's done a fantastic job as North American champion. But if you want to go with a name to face, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Jordan Grace. I think she was signed on a main roster contract and put NXT to use the WWE. And better or worse, I think she's kind of gotten used to the WWE main roster thing.
Yep.
Well, that one we already know. So the rumor, according to WrestleVotes, is that AJ Lee is on a contract with WWE. We just talked about seeing this on dates, and we just talked about Mark Lesnar. So I guess that's all the buy or sell rumors. All right. So,
Brenda, thanks for tuning in.
Computer, wake up. So there's a big question now. And if my what's next? Where does Randy Orton go from here? If you kind of look at the year that he's had, we know he just signed recently a 5-year contract, so he's going to be here until 2029. But if you look at what the type of year, the feuds that he's had, the Metron and tag team, Kevin Owens against guys like Austin Theory, versatile with Drew McIntyre at times, even elevation, bloodline stuff. Had a shot at John Cena. He had a quick, it seemed like a 2-day feud with Cody Rhodes. And then, he went with Jelly Roll to fight Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul. So, where does WWE go with Orton going forward?
DJ, what do you think?
I would like to see somehow Beth and the Vision kind of start going after him and him fighting Seth. Give him that title run. Let him be the one to take the title from Seth whenever that happens. I think if he's here for another 5 years, if he is going to be here that long, there's got to be a title run in that, in that time. So I wouldn't mind seeing, a few weeks of division, beating them down, and kind of getting a title match with Seth. I'm down with that.
What's up, Rock fan? Yeah, I think. I think first of all, if he's going to be here for another 5 years, I think WWE has got to make him a heel again. I think Randy Orton heel is a lot better than Randy Orton face, and having him go heel and having a series of matches with Cody, or having a series like DJ said, with Division. I mean, see what they can do with him. I mean, 5 years is a long time to just, not do very much with somebody and not put them in a main event status while you're here. So they got to do something.
Yeah, I mean, does he at this point now become that? Veteran that's just always a match away from a big match and kind of helping put over the younger guys. At this point in my news here is right now there is no reported plans for a draft this year. Just maybe some minor roster swaps like they did with LA Knight and Sami Zayn. But do we need to? What I was going to kind of maybe allude to is switch him over to Raw. He's kind of done everything he can with Cody, and they're not committed back to pick Roman. Put him on Raw to maybe get him into something with, some Rollins or something like that. So I think that just may be what we need to do.
Okay.
So I pulled up an article that said 5 rivalries WWE must book before 2025 ends. So I can give you the rivalry, and in true Nuggets news fashion, on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are we going to see this rivalry before the end of 2025? And then on a scale of 1 to 10, how much you would like this rivalry? We have is Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker.
Likelihood 8.5. Excitement level, I'll go 8.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see that. I think they're already kind of giving us a start on it. I'll go 8. I'll go 8.
Good job, Money.
The timing of it, because I see this kind of being one of those, okay, Roman Reigns is I don't know if he's finished with Bronson Reed or not yet, but I go Roman Reigns to Bronson, to Braun Breaker, then to maybe somebody else, and then Seth Rollins. Eventually, next year WrestleMania, whether that's for a title or not, I think that's where this ends. So I would say likelihood for the end of the year, because I got this little back here that thinks that they add one more person to the division that may step in between Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and carry this a little longer. So I go 7, but at 7 level I'll go 9. So I think that would be a great matchup. Next we have on this list versus Asuka.
DJ?
Who is it versus Asuka?
Io Sky.
Io and Asuka? I think we're gonna see that. Unless that little backstage thing that they got in was just kind of just nothing, a one-off type of thing, I think we're probably going to see that. So I'll go 7-7.
Okay.
I would love to see this match. I think we're going to get it. I'm going to go likelihood 9, excitement level 8.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go just I'm not going to go just totally opposite. I'm going to go likelihood 8.5. I think it's, almost a lock that these two. I can see her accidentally causing Io Sky to lose to Stephanie McCare. Or causing them from getting the title in some way, somehow. I don't know. But it's time to I'll go 8. Have on his on this list, Seth Rollins against Jey Uso. Battle of the nicknames.
Excitement level for me, I'll probably go 6.5.
Really?
Yeah. Likelihood, maybe 7.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see. I don't think I see it within the next. We got a few months left in the year.
Yeah.
I'll go 4-8 because it would be really good. So I'll go 4-8.
Likelihood, I'll go midway 5. Just because with everything with CM Punk and Becky and all this. I find hard way of navigating to it this year, but it's 7. I'll go 7.5.
Leighton was up.
Next one we have on this list, 2 more. Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair.
TJ?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see that. I'll go 8-8.
Okay.
Likelihood, I'll go 8.5. Excitement level, I'll go 8.
So it's hard for me to go really, really high in this because we haven't seen Bianca in 4 months, except for one episode one time where she was a referee. So it's hard to are they just gonna plug her back in and okay, so I mean. Crown Jewel, is out of the question because that's going to be Tiffany versus whoever has the title for Raw. So when does this happen? So it's tough for me to think it's got before 2025 ends. So I'm going to go 6.5. And excitement level, I'm going to go 1 because I have them both on my fantasy, so they're going head to head. No, but truly excitement level, I would go 7.5.
Okay.
And the last one on this list, a rivalry that we must get before the end of 2025, and this is before his career is over. Drew McIntyre versus John Cena.
For me, excitement level 7. Possibility 8.5.
Okay.
I don't know if we see it. We don't have too much time left here, and I haven't really seen anything even hinting toward it. I don't think we see it. I'm gonna go 3, but I would love to see it, and I think it would be. I'll go 3-8.
Yeah, I mean, how long you'd have to last to garner a match, and how many matches have to garner a feud? I could see maybe these two hooking up one time, not really considered a feud. A couple, Johnson only got 7 left. And what's going to happen on his last? He's not going to have a feud on his last show. So that leaves 6. And 3 of them are PLEs. So that leaves 3 regular episodes. So, I mean, we had a time, so I'm going to go it's kind of like we're 7. And that's what I've got for Nuggies News. Sam and I had some indie stuff. I'm gonna go and make some tribute. I'm gonna slip away for a second because I gotta take some painkillers for my leg.
All righty, Connor. Thank you for the follow. Yeah. So right now, because of inclement weather yesterday, we did not have PAPW's Bash at the Brewery. So Bash at the Brewery has been rescheduled for Saturday, September 13th. And that will be at the Armada Brewery in New Haven, Connecticut. So anybody that's in that area, definitely want to check it out. Thanks for the heart me there, Ron. Appreciate that. Also, we have September 19th, BST at 800 Union Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. You definitely want to check that out. Doors open at 7. Bell time is at 8. Tickets are $15 each. And they're doing a show called Mega Clash. Excuse me. Also, so Saturday, September 27th, Pure Vanguard Wrestling will be doing a show in Wolcott, Connecticut. The name of the show is called One Love. And that will be at 1089B Wood Tick Road in Wolcott, Connecticut. So you definitely want to check that out. And one new one that has been added to the list of indie shows is Beyond Wrestling, Bound for the Floor tournament, Sunday, October 12th in Lowell, Massachusetts. Already signed, some of these names you might remember. Already signed, Timothy Thatcher, Drew Gulak, Joseph A-Game Alexander, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, and Darian Brightston. So you definitely want to check that out. It's called Beyond Wrestling, Bound for the Floor tournament, Sunday, October 12th. That is in Lowell, Massachusetts. So that's going to be one of the new shows coming up. And like I said, PAPW has rescheduled their show for Saturday, September the 13th. And that will be at the Armada Brewery. They're going to have scheduled will be Jay Champagne versus Deuce Stovall. Jay Onyx will go against the Connecticut hardcore legend whose birthday was yesterday. So happy 50th birthday to Bull Dread. He will be going against Jay Onyx that night. So definitely check out those indie shows that were just reported on if you're in the area. And that's what I have for indie news. Right now, we're going to go to DJ and his What If segment.
Okay. All right. I think we'll start off with a Brock Lesnar one here. What if Brock wins and he beats Cena at WrestlePalooza? Does it in any way, shape, or form hurt Cena at all? Or his tour, his farewell tour?
No, I don't think so. That's why I was just wondering. I was just trying to think of, is this thing with Brock Lesnar going to be a one and done? And I mean, I don't think it's going to hurt Cena at all if he loses.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts his legacy at all. I definitely think this matchup is going to happen. I think it's going to lead to another matchup, unfortunately. I think they'll wind up using Crown Jewel down in Perth, Australia as an opportunity to get another big match to this premium live event. I don't think it hurts.
Yeah, I don't either. In fact, I'm expecting Brock to beat him. All right. What if Io Sky ends up beating Stephanie McCurry and getting the title back? Is this best for business, or does we want and does Stephanie kind of got to win this?
Well, I can kind of say I know Stephanie McCurry is going to make her a great champion in WWE. I think it might be a little too soon to put a major title on her. I would rather see her honestly dealing with Becky, mid-card intercontinental title. Sorry, what was it again? Does this?
Would it be best for business to have Io win, or does Stephanie kind of got to win it?
I think it would be best for business right now for Io to win it.
I think it would be a really good time to showcase Stephanie. You know, they didn't put her on the main roster, you know, just to feud with this one, feud with that one. I think they put her on the main roster to win championships. And Julia's got one. So people are probably saying, you know, if they don't put the title.
Julia's got a mid-card title that's being embarrassing.
Oh yeah, that's true. But I don't think Io Sky will beat Stephanie right off the bat. But I think it would be good for business if Io won right now.
All right, here's one that's a little different here. What if the Street Profits end up splitting up? Who's the heel? Who's the babyface?
I think Angelo Dawkins will be the heel.
Yeah, I agree too. I don't know. They kind of were showing it a little bit at the last match they had there. So we'll see. All right. I'm trying to save all the AJ Lee ones and do them all together here at the end. All right. What if Finn Balor ends up turning on Dom and the Judgment Day? Do we want to see a babyface Finn, or do we want to see a heel Finn and the Judgment Day kind of turn babyface? The rest of the Judgment Day be the babyface.
Greg?
Oh, you're gonna let me go first this time. Oh, okay, thanks. I definitely think Finn Balor would be a great face. I talked about this on Thursday, and I think that's a good storyline would be the rest of Dominic specifically, who get Finn Balor pushed out. So I think Finn Balor would make a great face.
Yeah, I do too. I think Finn Balor going face is long overdue. You know, whether he feuds with the Judgment Day, keeping them heel or whatever, but I think it's long overdue for him to go face right now.
Yeah, I do too. I want it. I really hope it happens. All right. This one was kind of just something that I seen just like somebody kind of say it online. I have no idea if it was even talked about or said, but what if, can you guys hear me still? Because I lost you guys on my screen. No, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, my thing's starting to act up here.
Can you see us okay?
Damn it, man. Yeah, my thing's starting to act up here. I'll try to be quick. What if Chris Jericho ends up returning to the WWE? Do we want that? And does he wrestle or does he do something else?
Well, I wouldn't want to see Chris Jericho. So that's just my opinion. Keep him where. I mean, if he's going to come back to WWE, then let him come back to WWE. Put him in the Hall of Fame, and that's it. Because we all know that as long as he's in AEW, I don't think he'll be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I mean, if he comes back, sign him and just keep him in the background. Let him have his, 3, 2, 1 countdown, come through and come into Royal Rumble and have a brief thing where he gets to there and gets a match with somebody at WrestleMania and he officially retires. I really don't have or want to see him for any much longer than a 3-month WrestleMania season. That's all I need. I don't even need, but that's why I
totally agree with that. All right. I should have said this one earlier when I was talking about Brock, but what if Brock Lesnar is actually here to stay for a while? Who do we want to think his next feud be after Cena?
I mean, I know he's tied up kind of with what's going on with Seth and Bronson Reed, but I would love to see Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar.
Ooh, yeah.
Absolutely. I definitely agree with that 100%. That would possibly be premium live event worthy. Hey, Jamie.
That would be awesome. Them two big boys going at it, definitely. All right, I got 4 more. They're all AJ Lee. So let's start off. We'll start off with one that Triv actually had said. So what if AJ Lee did not end up coming back on SmackDown? Who would have been, the partner for Punk? Who does Punk bring out in that situation?
Oh, excuse me. Well, I was thinking about this earlier, and I know it's crazy. It would have never happened. I would have loved to seen it happen. Maybe if it was a couple of years down the road, we would have seen it. But I would have loved to have seen CM Punk if AJ Lee wasn't coming back. CM Punk make that call to the lady who had issues with Becky in the past, Ronda Rousey. But that would have never happened. So I'm going to say I think he probably would have got Rhea or, even Bayley, like the two that he mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, it was going to be somebody from inside WWE. I would have thought, Rhea or Bayley. But if you really want to go, if I went way outside the box and Ronda Rousey, I'll go outside the box and say Paige.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
Never thought of that one.
I mean, at this point, we're not seeing much of Rhea. I would have loved to have been her. Well, we got AJ, so I think that's the best call.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so what if AJ Lee brings back her crazy character? Do we want to see that, or we rather just see a kind of a normal AJ Lee being a babyface, acting normal?
I think we need AJ Lee back with that, little personality thing. No. That would work right now because I think that's what they're trying to do with Bayley, and I don't think we need 2 of them. So I just think have AJ Lee come back in as the fan favorite. Maybe has that crazy, but not really crazy. If that makes sense.
Yep. I definitely agree with that. I mean, I think AJ Lee keeping her character the way she was when she came out Friday. I think that I'm good with that. Not too crazy, not too wishy-washy, but I like that, the way she was.
Yeah, I agree too. At least for now. I mean, maybe in a year or whatever, and they want to turn her heel at some point, maybe go ahead and bring it back, but definitely not now. All right. 2 more. Say we get the match between Seth, Becky versus Punk and AJ. what if they add a winner take all stipulation to the match where Punk and AJ win, they get the 2 titles? Is this a good idea?
Well, I mean, Greg discussed that yesterday. He was telling me about that. I mean, I think it would be a good idea, but unfortunately, it won't happen. But I think that would be, that would not only because of what's been going on with the 4 of them, would really make this match that much more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, could I see it happening? Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's true. No. I'm middle of the road with that. I would love to see it happen, and if it did, I think some mysterious force from beyond would intervene and allow Becky to retain their titles. I don't see them not putting a title on AJ Lee, but right now, I don't see CM Punk take no title. I don't see Seth losing his title.
And people on TikTok, please don't say he'll win because Dean Ambrose is coming back.
All right, last one. What if you had the pen to book AJ's first feud storyline after the Becky and Seth thing ends? Who is it? Who do we want to see?
That's a good one. I mean, assume that she's going to be on Raw, Central CM Punk is. So, I mean, it sucks that she's out with injury. But so I'm going to pivot and I'm going to go wrestling with her illegitimate daughter, Roxanne Perez.
That's exactly who I was going to say.
What I would really like to see, but she's injured, is Liv Morgan.
Yep. Or even though she's part of a tag team, I wouldn't mind it with Alexa Bliss. But
yeah, but she's on SmackDown.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. But I would like to see it with Roxanne.
Yeah. I think they can go in a lot of different ways, and I think with her being so fresh being back, I think anyone's gonna work.
Yeah.
But I think Liv is the one I'd like, definitely. But we'll see what happens. That's what I got for what it is this week.
All righty. Yeah, so we got WrestlePalooza coming up on September 20th on ESPN. I guess we're all going to have to, figure something out as far as a prediction show when we're going to do that. So, Greg, what do they have? 2 matches?
Yep, just the 2. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, and then Io Sky versus Stephanie McGuire for the vacant Women's World Championship.
Now, do you think they're going to make this as big of a deal as it was on their debut of Netflix? I mean, they're going on ESPN. They want to have all this hullabaloo and pomp and circumstance and everything. You really think they're going to bring out the stars and bring out some really amazing matches and everything else? And if they do, who else are they going to put on the show?
Well, I think we're going to get Cody against Drew McIntyre. If not Cody versus Drew McIntyre, then Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. I think we're going to get Seth and Becky versus CM and AJ Lee. And then after that, I think they had a 5th match. If you believe the Dirt Sheets, we're going to get a reunited Usos against Roderick, Crouch, and Reed.
Yep, I heard that. So I heard that too. What do you think, Dave?
Does Roman have to be on this card? Being it's an ESPN thing, I feel like they want Roman here, no?
Well, Roman's out for a while though now, isn't he?
Well, he's filming his part of the Street Fighter movie, and his filming is not expected to end until the 26th of September.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna go with this or what they can even add here. I guess a title match of some sort.
Do we need to see Tiffany against Jade Cargill?
I think we probably need to see Tiffany against someone.
yeah,
I'd rather not be Dave, but if that's what it's gonna be, whatever, you know.
yep. I mean, I wouldn't. I'd be okay with the tag team title match. Maybe the Wyatt Six against Motor City Machine Guns, or Wyatt Six against DIY. But I also wouldn't mind them having Priest and Aleister Black also. I think that would be a good match to add to ESPN show.
You can't. I mean, you can't oversaturate it with a bunch of mid to low card matches if you're really going to make a huge splash. You know, you do probably 5 matches. Not to do 6, 7, 8 matches. They've been doing 5 matches.
Now we mentioned something about, or you guys mentioned something about maybe Cody against Drew. If they have Cody against Drew, what about Randy against Logan Paul?
Oh, God.
I mean,
No.
I mean, I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I think Randy's got to be there, but I don't know if he does. If he is, and I don't care who he fights, just to be there.
right. So, well, I mean,
Maybe after WrestlePalooza, we have No Mercy. So maybe we get Drew and Randy at WrestlePalooza, because there's really been no build-up to Drew and Cody other than, talking about it. And now we get Cody and Drew and No Mercy.
is No Mercy in the States?
No Mercy is at the FTL War Memorial Theater in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. NXT is No Mercy. So the next WWE main roster penalty is Crown Jewel.
Okay. And that's in Australia.
Cody will be going up against Seth as long as they both have their titles.
Yep. And that will be in Australia.
Yes.
So, all righty, guys. Anything else you want to add for today?
No, go Steelers.
I just want to say, go Commanders. Let's beat them Giants. And want to thank everybody for tuning in for that is on TikTok. So on behalf of the Nugs with Greg and Mr. 24/7, this is the illustrious Mr. Trivia for Top Rope Report, saying thank you all for tuning in, and we'll catch you on Wednesday.
Later.
Later.
Yep.